Well, hi folks, and welcome to a bright and sunny Sunday in the polytunnel. I have a few jobs to do today. I'm going to be potting on some seedlings and, well, I have a mountain of stuff to do, to be honest. But what we're talking about right now is pricking out and potting on some cucumber seedlings, and then we're going to talk a little bit about cucumbers and melons, which are of the same family, obviously. So here we go. So we've a lot of plants on the bench this morning. We saw there tomatoes there in the foreground. We have some melons there, Minnesota midget, honey bun there, little darling watermelon, all three of those mini varieties. We've got some aubergines there. And then this is our favorite greenhouse or climbing cucumber, and that's Pachysandra F1. We've also got Prophy here, which is an outdoor ridge cucumber. That is an aubergine as well, by the way. Look at the beautiful purple leaf veins there. Hopefully that's going to work out for us. We've been growing quite a lot of aubergines. We've two mini aubergines here, so that's Patio Baby and aubergine Jewel. And that's really because it can be difficult to ripen aubergines in the northwest of Ireland here. So that's why I'm trying all these mini varieties. Pair of pliers there. Obviously we didn't grow that. But anyway, what we're focusing on today is our cucumber Isnik. And this variety is another mini variety. It's one that you can grow in pots and containers. So it could even be grown on a really warm patio, depending on where you live. If I pop out the seedling there, looking very happy there, nowhere near pot bound, but I want to get it moved on today into a bigger tray with a bit more nutrients in it. To speed up growth there, and then I'm going to be planting it in the polytunnel beds. It's a bit of a mess in here at the moment, but not to worry. I'm going to be planting it in the beds in maybe 2 weeks or so. So you can see we've got our cucumber on the bench here. We have a couple of our melons that you saw earlier. This one, Minnesota midget. Now, it is the end of April, early May now, and if you are in a more of a southerly garden, I think you're probably okay to plant these into your polytunnel soil, into the beds now. But in the northwest of Ireland here, it's still a little bit iffy. So I'm going to leave them for a couple of weeks. I'm probably going to go for mid-May. But we can see that if we take off the pot there, we have a nicely developed root ball there. It's not pot bound yet, but with the warmth of this time of the year, these are growing really quickly. And I don't want to check the growth at all before I plant them out, because I want as much growth as possible with our short summers to make sure I get some ripe melons. So today I'm going to pot those on into a larger pot. And then, well, to start off with, we're going to do our cucumber here. So, as I did with all these, with the melons there, I'm going to be using a 7 centimeter pot. And the reason why I don't go into the much larger pot immediately is, and I've said this in loads of videos, is we don't want too large a volume of compost, because that's prone to getting too wet. And then we might get a bit of stem rot if we overwater it, and cucumbers and melons are particularly prone to this, so I want to be careful. So we can see our cucumber seedling there. We've got nicely developed roots. Again, it's nowhere near pot bound, but let's get going with it. Anyway, you're always better off, I think, to pot on a little bit sooner rather than later. I'm just using a good multi-purpose and organic multi-purpose compost. I don't have anything added in there. I've just made a hole with my finger, and then I am just firming my little cucumber seedling in. We might as well do all three while we're here. I'm firming the compost into the pot. I don't want it just sort of too light and fluffy. We want plenty of compost in there. I always feel that plants do prefer a firmer compost. Just making a hole with my finger. Simple as that. Firming in around. Last one then. Now, I probably won't grow all these Isnik plants, but I always find these days there's always somebody who's asking me, do I have any spare, particularly tomatoes or cucumber seedling? So I do. Out we come. And firming down into the compost. Okay. Then we obviously need to water them. So then I'm doing as I always do. I'm just going to place the pots in a basin of water here. And the idea here is that I'm watering from the bottom up. So then I know that the all the compost in the pot has been properly wetted. It also means that as the compost dries out, obviously it's going to dry out from the top down. So then the roots then of our plants here are going to be growing down in search of the moisture around the bottom of the pot, and that does help build a bit of a better root system. Now, it might seem counterintuitive because I did say that we need to be careful with overwatering with melons or cucumbers. So when we talk about soaking the compost in the beginning, that might seem a bit odd. But once the compost has been soaked, then I won't be watering those for another week or so, I would say. There's going to be plenty of moisture there. So it's better than just constantly watering around the top there and soaking that stem all the time. So I do find it works better. Now the plants do need to go back into the propagator. And this because it's still a little bit cold at night. That's why I don't want to plant them out into the beds in the polytunnel. So our nighttime temperatures are about 8-9 degrees at a push at this time of year. And I have the propagator set at about 14-15 degrees. And that's just protecting these plants at night. In a couple of weeks, we should be fine there. But as I said, I'm going to be planting them out anyway. So I think that's about it then for today. I hope that this video is watchable. I do have the camera strapped to my head at the moment, so I can't really see what you can see. So I hope that this worked out. Anyway, we will see you back here again soon in the Quick Crop Polytunnel, hopefully with some more weird head-held videos. Bye for now. See you next time.